Welcome to MRL. In this learning session, we'll be learning about a new branch of mathematics, that is coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry relates both algebra and geometry and is very useful in mathematics. Let us learn some basics and how the coordinate geometry is developed. Now, to locate a point in a plane, if you want to locate a point in a plane, we require two perpendicular distances from two perpendicular lines. Now, let us say, for example, if we want to locate the point P on this plane. Now, to locate point P, we require two perpendicular distances, that BP and AP, from two perpendicular lines, that is OY and OX. So therefore, remember, OX and OY are perpendicular lines. The point P is located by two perpendicular distances, OA and OB. OA and OB. Please remember that. Now, instead of using any two perpendicular lines, Rene Descartes, as a mathematician, introduced two number lines, rather used two number lines to represent the perpendicular lines. Okay. Now, the two number lines are placed perpendicular to each other, intersecting at a point O. Now, the horizontal number line is called as the x-axis and represented as xo, x dash, and the perpendicular number line is known as y-axis and named as yo, y dash, and they intersect at point O. The two number lines intersect at point O and is known as origin. So please remember, instead of taking any two perpendicular lines, Rene Descartes took two number lines. One was placed horizontally, another was placed vertically and at perpendicular to the horizontal number line. The horizontal number line is called as x-axis and the vertical number line is called as y-axis, and these two number lines intersect at a point, and that is called as the point of origin. Remember that. Now, the two axes are called as coordinate axes. Very interesting. The two axes, that is the x-axis and the y-axis, which are placed in a plane, are called as coordinate axes. And the plane which contains the coordinate axis is called as coordinate plane. The system of coordinate plane and coordinate axes to locate points in the plane is called as coordinate system. Please understand this. The system of coordinate plane and coordinate axes to locate points in a plane is called coordinate system. In x-axis, xo, x dash, we have xo, x dash, which is x-axis here. Ox is a positive x-axis. Ox dash is negative x-axis. Oy is positive y-axis, and Oy dash is negative y-axis. Now, the two axes, that is x-axis and the y-axis, divide the coordinate plane into four regions, and each region is known as a quadrant. The region bounded by the ray OX and ray OY is called as the first quadrant. The region bounded by the ray OY and OX dash is called as the second region, and that is called as the second quadrant. And the region bounded by OX dash and OY dash is the third quadrant, and the region bounded by OX and OY dash is the fourth region, and that is called as the fourth quadrant. Rather, the coordinate plane is divided into four regions or four quadrants by the two coordinate axes lying in a coordinate plane. A point in a quadrant is located by knowing the x coordinate and the y coordinate of the point. Please remember, a point in a coordinate plane is located by knowing the distance, the perpendicular distance of that point from x-axis and the y-axis, and the distance, those perpendicular distances are called as the coordinates of the point. Now, x coordinate is also called as abscissa and y coordinate is also called as ordinate. Now, what is this abscissa? It is the perpendicular distance of a point from y-axis, and ordinate is the perpendicular distance of a point from x-axis. Remember this, very important. Now, if a point is located in a coordinate plane by knowing its x coordinate and y coordinate, these are written in an order, that is x and y, that is x first and y next, and therefore the coordinates are called as ordered pair. Now, please understand, the two coordinates are called as ordered pair because the two coordinates are written in an order, x first and y next, and therefore they are called as ordered pairs. A point can be located by knowing its ordered pair. So to locate a point, we require its coordinates or ordered pair. Remember that. Now sign convention. The coordinates have different signs in different quadrants. In the first quadrant we have the sign convention is plus x plus y, second quadrant minus x plus y, third quadrant minus x minus y, and fourth quadrant x and minus y. Knowing the ordered pairs and their signs, the points can be located in a coordinate plane. Now the coordinates of origin is x0 and y is also 0. So please remember that. Now coming to the next point, the coordinates of a point on x-axis, very important. The coordinates of a point on x-axis is a0, because it gives us only the value of x and not y. Y is 0 there. And also it can be minus a0, because to the left of the origin we have got the values of x as minus, therefore it is minus a, and y is 0 as it is. The coordinates of a point on y-axis is 0b or 0 minus b. Please remember that. Any point on y-axis will have only the value of y, whereas x is always 0. Therefore it is 0b, it is above the x-axis, and 0 minus b is below the x-axis. Now rectangular coordinate system. The perpendiculars drawn to locate a point in a plane from x-axis and y-axis form a rectangular. Again I'll repeat, the perpendiculars drawn to locate a point in a plane from x-axis and y-axis form a rectangular, and this rectangular appearance has given the name rectangular coordinate system for coordinate system, only because when we locate a point in a plane, the perpendicular distances which we draw from the x-axis and the y-axis gives the shape of a rectangle, and therefore the coordinate system is called as rectangular coordinate system. The coordinate system is also called as Cartesian coordinate system, which is because of the Rene Descartes. Against his name we call it as Cartesian coordinate system for his work on the coordinate system. The algebraic and geometrical problems can be solved using coordinate system. Again I'll repeat, the algebraic and geometrical problems can be solved using coordinate system. This method of relating, that means we are relating algebra and geometry, and therefore this has developed as another branch of mathematics where we relate algebra and geometry, and that branch of mathematics is called as analytical geometry. The graphs drawn of algebraic equation using coordinate system are called as coordinate graphs. So that means we can use an algebraic equation to draw the graphs on a coordinate plane. We get graphs known as coordinate graphs. We can study the graphs and get unique or important information. Now to understand that, let us learn as to how the graph of a linear equation is drawn, how many graphs can be drawn, what is the shape of the graph. Now the graph of a linear equation or equations of first degree, please remember this, the graph of a linear equation is a first degree equation, first degree polynomial equation, and the graph of that is 100% a straight line, which will be taking example, you will understand that. The general form of a linear equation, we already learned this, it is y is equal to ax plus b, where y is a variable, x is a variable, a is a constant, that is coefficient of x, and b is a constant. Now to understand how is the graph of a linear equation is a straight line, let us take an example. Y is equal to x plus 2 is a linear equation in two variables, that is y is equal to x plus 2. Now to draw a graph we require ordered pairs. To draw a line, a minimum of 2 ordered pairs are required, but here I have taken 4 ordered pairs. Let us see how these ordered pairs are found out. Now if x is 0, y becomes 2, but natural, 0 plus 2 is 2. If x is 1, 1 plus 2 is 3. If x is minus 1, then minus 1 plus 2 is y is equal to plus 1. If x is equal to minus 2 plus 2 is 0, therefore y is equal to 0. So we have the ordered pairs here. Now what we will do, we will draw the graph, select a suitable scale and locate the coordinates of the points, join the point, and the graph is a straight line graph. Let us see how it is done. So draw the x-axis, that is horizontal axis, and the y-axis is the vertical axis, and is intersecting at the point O, which is called as the origin. Now this has to be drawn with a suitable scale. Here I have chosen the number line with 1 centimeter as the distance between consecutive values, that is plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 on the right side, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 on the left side, then plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 above, and minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 below. Now here I have x-axis, the scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit, and y-axis we have got again 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. So that is very important. Now locate the points now. So x is 0, y is equal to 2. Go for x is equal to 0, y is 2, put a cross there or dot there. Then x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. If x is equal to 1, then the x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. So put a dot there. X is equal to minus 1, y is plus 1. X is equal to minus 1, y is plus 1. Put a dot there. X is equal to minus 2 and y is 0. Put a dot there. So join these dots here which we have located in a coordinate plane. We get a straight line graph. Therefore, the graph of a linear equation is a straight line graph. Now these graphs are very useful to find the change in one variable. Please understand this. The graphs are very useful to find the change in one variable with a change in another in a desired or required interval. So that